Making English easy for everyone.
Speak English with Jay and May.
Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Speak English with Jay and May, your cozy little place to build your English confidence. I'm May.
Hello, May, and hello, everyone. I'm Jay. How are you today, May?
I'm doing great, Jay. Actually, I was listening to music this morning while making coffee, and I just felt so relaxed. You know that feeling?
Oh, yes. Music just hits different in the morning. But wait, May, are we talking about music today?
Not exactly, but music is a big part of it. Today, we're talking about your ears. Yes, your ears, and how listening more can actually make you speak better.
Wait, really? So if I just listen more, my speaking gets better automatically?
Well, not automatically like magic, but yes, your ears are your number one secret weapon for learning English, and most people don't use them enough.
Okay, now I'm really curious. I want to know everything.
And we're going to get into all of it today. But first, real quick, if this podcast helps you even a little bit, please subscribe, share it with a friend, and leave us a comment. It really means the world to us and helps more learners find us every single day.
Yes, please. Okay, May, let's go. So why do ears matter so much for learning English?
Okay, so think about this. How did you learn your first language, your mother tongue? Did someone hand you a grammar book when you were a baby?
No, I was a baby. I didn't even know what a book was.
Exactly. You just listened. For years, you listened to your parents, your family, the TV, people around you, and slowly the words just started coming out of your mouth naturally.
Oh, wow. So we already know how to learn a language. We just forget when we grow up.
Bingo! That's the key point. As adults, we go straight to books, grammar rules, vocabulary lists, but we skip the most powerful step, which is just listening a lot.
But May, is it really that simple? Like, can I just watch Netflix and my English gets better?
I love that question. Okay, watching Netflix helps, yes, but there's a difference between passive listening and active listening, and this is where things get really interesting.
You mean like there are two types of listening?
Yes, passive listening is like background noise. The TV is on, but you're also on your phone, cooking, thinking about something else. Your ears hear the sounds, but your brain isn't really processing them.
Oh, I do that all the time. I thought I was learning, but maybe I wasn't really listening.
And active listening is when you focus. You pay attention to the words, the rhythm, the way sentences connect. Your brain is working, absorbing everything like a sponge.
Okay, so active listening is the real deal. Got it. But May, how do I know if I'm doing it right?
Great question. Here's a simple test. After you listen to something, can you remember one sentence, one phrase, even one new word? If yes, you were actively listening.
Oh, that's so easy to check. I like that.
And here's the interesting part. The more you actively listen, the more your brain builds what I call an inner library, a huge collection of sounds, words, and sentences stored right here.
An inner library. I love that. So my brain is like a big library?
Exactly. And when you speak, you don't go to a grammar book inside your head. You go to that library and pull out what sounds right. That's why fluent speakers say things correctly without thinking about the rules.
Wow. So fluent speakers aren't thinking about grammar? They're just pulling from their library?
Precisely. And the library only gets full by listening a lot. Reading helps too, but listening gives you the sounds, the music, the emotion of the language. That's something a textbook can never give you.
Okay, this is already blowing my mind. But May, I feel like you have a story for this. You always have a story.
You know me too well. Okay, yes, I do have a story. So, a few years ago, I had a student. Let's call her Nina. Nina was super hardworking. She studied grammar every day, did exercises, memorized vocabulary lists.
Sounds like a perfect student.
Right? But when Nina tried to have a real conversation, she froze every time. She said, "May, I know the words, but they don't come out fast enough." And I asked her one question. "Nina, how much do you listen to English every day?" And she looked at me like this.
Like a blank face?
Completely blank. She said, I read English. Does that count?" And I said, "Nina, when did you last just sit and listen to English being spoken naturally?"
And she had no answer, right?
0. So I gave her one simple challenge: 30 minutes of listening every single day. Podcasts, YouTube, movies, anything. Just listen actively. No pressure to understand everything, just listen.
And what happened?
Wait, here's the interesting part. After just 3 weeks, Nina came back to class and she was different. Her sentences were smoother, she paused less, she even used phrases she had never studied in a textbook.
No way. Just from listening?
Just from listening, because her inner library was finally getting filled. Her brain started recognizing patterns, natural rhythms, how real people connect words.
That's amazing. It's like she downloaded English directly into her brain.
Yes, exactly like that. Listening is like downloading, and speaking is like opening the file.
Okay, I have to try this. But May, what should I listen to? Like, where do I start?
So this depends on your level. If you're a beginner, start with slow, clear English. Children's shows, simple podcasts like ours, slow news programs. You need to hear every word clearly first.
Makes sense. And if you're at a higher level?
Then challenge yourself a little. Listen to real conversations, interviews, talk shows. Don't worry about understanding 100%. Even 70 or 80% understanding is great progress.
Oh, that's a relief. I always feel bad when I don't understand everything.
And that feeling is totally normal. But here's something I want everyone to hear. Not understanding everything is okay. Your brain is still working, still picking up sounds and patterns, even when you feel lost.
You mean like even if I miss some words, my brain is still learning?
Exactly. Think of it like this. Imagine you walk past a bakery every morning. You smell fresh bread, chocolate, coffee. Even if you never go inside, after a while, your nose just knows those smells. Your brain does the same thing with sounds.
I love that. The bakery brain. So just being around English sounds is already helping me.
It really is. That's why I always say surround yourself with English. Don't only study English, live in English as much as you can.
Okay, May, here's something I always wonder. Some people have a really nice accent and some people struggle a lot. Is that connected to listening too?
100%. This is where things change completely when people understand it. Your accent and your pronunciation come directly from your ears, not from your mouth.
Wait, not from my mouth? My mouth does the talking, though.
Yes, your mouth moves, but your mouth copies what your ears hear. If you've been listening to clear, natural English for a long time, your mouth knows what to copy. If you've only been reading English but not listening, your mouth has nothing to copy from.
Oh, wow. So people who have a strong accent in English, maybe it's because they read more than they listened.
Often, yes. Not always, but often. When you listen a lot, you naturally pick up the music of the language, the ups and downs, where the stress goes, which words are fast and which are slow.
You mean like English has a music to it?
Every language has a music, and English has a very specific rhythm. Native speakers stress certain words, swallow others, connect words together. Want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna. You'll never learn that from a grammar book.
Oh, true. I always see gonna and wanna and wonder, wait, is this even correct English?
Yes, it is. It's spoken English, and the only way to get comfortable with it is to listen to it over and over until it sounds normal to your ears.
Okay, so your ears are basically training your mouth. That's wild.
Perfect way to put it. Your ears are the coach, your mouth is the player.
I'm going to remember that one. The ears are the coach. Okay, May, I want to ask something a little different. What about listening to yourself? Does that help?
Oh, this is such a powerful point, and most learners never do it. Recording yourself and listening back is one of the best things you can do. It feels uncomfortable at first, I know.
Oh, it feels so awkward. I hate hearing my own voice.
Everyone does at first. You won't believe what happened next when Nina started recording herself. She called me almost in tears. She said, "May, is that really how I sound?"
Oh no.
But then she said something really smart. She said, "Now I can hear exactly what I need to fix." And that was a turning point. She stopped guessing and started hearing herself clearly.
So recording yourself is like giving yourself honest feedback.
Exactly. It's the most honest teacher you'll ever have, because you can't fool yourself when you hear the playback.
Okay, I'm going to start doing that, even if it's just 1 minute a day.
1 minute is perfect to start. Just talk about your day. Describe what you see outside your window, anything. Then listen back and notice 2 or 3 things you want to improve.
And slowly your ears train your mouth to get better and better.
You've got it completely. The loop is listen well, speak, listen to yourself, improve, repeat. That's the whole system.
May, can I just say this is the most useful thing I've heard in a while, and it's so simple.
That's the beauty of it. The best learning tools are always the simplest. Okay, Jay, shall we talk about some vocabulary now?
Yes, let's do it. I feel like there were some really good phrases today.
Okay, so the first phrase is inner library. Your inner library is the collection of words, phrases, and sentences your brain has stored from everything you've listened to and read.
Like, the more I listen to English podcasts, the bigger my inner library gets.
Perfect. The second phrase is active listening. Active listening means you are fully focused on what you hear. You're paying attention, thinking, and absorbing.
So, in class today, I tried active listening and I understood so much more.
Great example. Third phrase is pick up. To pick up something means to learn it naturally without studying it directly.
You mean like, I picked up a lot of new expressions just from watching American TV shows?
Exactly right. Fourth phrase is surround yourself. To surround yourself with something means to put it all around you in your daily life.
Like, if you want to improve fast, surround yourself with English every day.
Love it. And the fifth phrase is turning point. A turning point is the moment when something important changes, when things go from one direction to a new, better direction.
Oh, like recording myself was a turning point in my English learning journey.
That is a beautiful sentence, Jay. You're getting so good.
Thank you. I'm learning from the best.
Okay, so to wrap up everything we talked about today, your ears are your most powerful learning tool. Listening a lot, especially actively, builds your inner library. Your mouth speaks what your ears have heard, and recording yourself and listening back gives you the clearest picture of where you are and where to go.
And the simple daily habit is 30 minutes of active listening and maybe 1 minute of recording yourself speaking.
Simple, doable, and incredibly powerful. If Nina can transform in 3 weeks, anyone can.
I feel so motivated right now, like I just want to go listen to everything.
Go do it. But before you go, we have a question for you, our amazing listeners. Think about your own English learning journey. When did your ears help you the most? Was it a movie, a song, a podcast, a conversation? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one.
Yes, we love hearing your stories. And if today's episode helped you, please share it with someone who's learning English right now. You could be the reason they have their own turning point.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember, every word you hear is building something powerful inside you.
We'll see you tomorrow right here on Speak English with Jay and May. Take care, everyone.
Bye for now.